My name is Samuel Starko, and I'm a Forest Research Fellow at the University of Western Australia Oceans Institute and School of Biological Sciences. My research focuses on how marine ecosystems such as kelp forests and coral reefs interact with their environments, especially in the context of global climate change. I've been predominantly inspired by two things. First, a deep curiosity in life and how it works, and especially in the ocean. And second, in a desire or a drive to try and contribute to society in a meaningful way. And so I've always been really curious about the ocean. It covers about 70% of the Earth's surface, but there remain many critical questions about how it functions and about how it will continue to respond to environmental change. So I work to develop new knowledge and tools to try and boost ecosystem resilience in this critical time. Perth and Western Australia are an amazing place to study kelp forests because the species that lives here is one of the most warm tolerant species that we have anywhere on the planet. It's actually reaching the warmest range edge of any kelp forest ecosystem that we know of. So what this means is that we have this ecosystem that is really adapted to warm conditions, and it's actually in decline in response to climate change. So trying to understand why those ecosystems are so tolerant of warm temperatures and what's actually pushing them beyond their limit, I think is an important step in sort of conserving kelp forests globally. The Forest Research Foundation has supported my work in a number of different ways. Perhaps most importantly, moving here to Western Australia from Canada was a really big and daunting move. And so the Forest Research Foundation has provided me with a home base from which to launch my career here in Australia. The Forest Foundation has created this community of really high-performing researchers who are also really deeply kind and caring. And so this has provided me both with friendships and with people to bounce ideas off of and workshop grant applications with. An important development in my research has focused on the impacts of marine heat waves. So marine heat waves are periods of unusually warm water that are becoming longer and more intense with climate change. And my research has shown how even small differences in the environment before these events can lead to important differences in how ecosystems respond to them. So this might mean things like the amount of mortality on a kelp forest or a coral reef in response to these events really just depends on the local conditions occurring in that place before the heat wave actually occurs. One of the things that I find most rewarding about my work here at UWA is that I'm getting to work with some of the utmost experts in my field. Having the opportunity to sort of develop and collaborate on a number of different projects that are right at the forefront of my field has been really fun and rewarding. So I think my research has the potential to have a broad impact because I think that understanding the factors that impact ecosystem resilience is a really important first step in actually boosting ecosystem resilience to things like climate change. And so trying to determine why certain places or certain populations are more or less affected by things like marine heat waves gives us important insights into actually improving the fates of these ecosystems into the future. The Forest Research Foundation fosters global academic collaboration by supporting international researchers and providing them with the opportunity to come here and conduct research in Western Australia. We come with our own set of academic networks and collaborations that we can bring here to Perth. And so what this means is that I'm able to help to broaden and strengthen the research capacity of my university and school by actually bringing some of these international collaborations here to Western Australia. A personal insight that I've had throughout my career is really about the importance of personal connections, both in science and in productivity as a whole. So I've spent countless hours with other researchers and colleagues and have developed personal connections, and I believe that it's through these connections that new ideas and collaborations are born and that we can drive critical research forward. At the same time, I think that a career in research can at times be a challenging path, and so having a personal network that you can lean on and that is there for you to take care of you is also an important resource when going into academic research.